So, in the last video, we talked pretty openly about the USA, the true rulers of the US, and how lobbying and other ways into politics is the true cause of decisions. Today, we're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about the country called Ukraine and the true reasons for the war with Russia. This 4-year-long war that we have seen, that we're still seeing. I don't know if you're new here, but maybe this is the first time you come across a video like this and you think that I'm crazy. Maybe you see my other videos and you start thinking I'm crazy. Stop for a moment here and think for yourself deeply. Do I really want to know the truth about this world? Because what we're about to talk about, not just in this video, but parts in these videos and the other videos that I have, is going to get you closer to the rabbit hole. And the T is silent. And when you realize how the world is working, there is no going back for you. You will see it constantly. Everything you listen to, everything that happens, news, agendas, you will see it right through. And it sounds like a good thing, but it really is harm for you. Because some people will think you're crazy, and what is hardest for me is to have to live in this and know I cannot do anything about it. Volodymyr Zelensky, the leader of Ukraine, is Jewish. He was born in Soviet Union under the Bolshevism. He has other past and in the government at the moment. Some key persons with Jewish descent are him himself, the former Prime Minister Volodymyr Groysman, the former Defense Minister Oleksiy Reznikov, the head of the President's office Andriy Yermak, the Mayor of Kiev Vitaly Klitschko. These people are important people for the Ukraine government to function. On April 5th, 2022, in a briefing for the Ukrainian media, where Zelensky describes Ukraine as big Israel with a strong security focus. Timur Mindish was Zelensky's business partner, and he fled to Israel in the midst of a 100 million corruption scandal. There's also oligarchs like Ihor Kolomoisky that have Israel citizenship and has been involved in corruption and allegations. There's a lot of corruption in Ukraine. And this war with Russia is not just a coincidence. As you've heard now, during these last days, you've heard about the Epstein files. Some maybe have read it through a little bit, some not. But digging down that hole, there's no going back. You see it as clear as the sun coming up in the morning. In an interview 2024, Putin said they have for centuries gotten used to filling their bellies with human flesh and money. In Ukraine, 2020 to 2021, this was before the war, there was about 0.09 to 0.1% Jewish people in Ukraine, about 40 to 45,000. And still, this moment, they have so many key positions. How is it even possible for people as low as 0.1% of the populations to be sitting in this many key positions? This is not a coincidence. Before this war and during this war, during it the men were drafted for military service, but women were not. The man has to go and the woman is often home, taking care of the family and the kids, or support their family in the neighbor countries, like Poland. In Ukraine, they published news that it was possible to work in Israel to make about $4,000 a month for working as taking care of children, cleaning, and so on. I know $4,000 a month sounds a lot for people, but they were in a war. Nothing was easy. A lot of women in Ukraine, mothers, sisters, daughters, thought that they could make some money for their family. Some was only going to work for a month or two in Israel as this, taking care of kids, cleaning, etc., etc. When they arrived, they get picked up. People in Israel, they say, we need your passport, we have to get you a visa, and so on. And then they take their passport and these gangsters put them in basements, take their phones, and then they get used as prostitutes for years. Some are even married and was just going to go for 4 months to be able to live at home for a year on the money. The kids doesn't even know what happened to their moms. They don't know where they are. This is just small things that is happening in Ukraine. Who is fighting the war in Ukraine? White Christian men dying on the fields. Of course. Why is it so crazy that it's so hard to get a peace deal? Why is that? This video may not make so much sense just watching it like this. If you're not really dig down, these are just small things that I picked out about this war. This war is not what you think about Russia wanting to build out Soviet Union. There's a bunch of other countries to take to do that. This is far bigger. This is far bigger. The Jews, they want us to perish. They want the white men, white European descent to perish. They want to make a Euro-Asian race in Europe. This is the perfect way to get rid of a lot of people from Ukraine. How can it be that a man that was literally a comedian / actor to become the most powerful man in the country?